state in this country has been extraordinary, and the grassroots activism is unprecedented in modern American history. Make no mistake about it, we have made history. As all of you will recall, when we began this campaign over a year ago, we were considered to be fringe players by the establishment and the corporate media. Well, a year has come and gone. We're not fringe players anymore. We have shown the entire world that our ideas are not some crazy, wild, utopian fantasies. They are ideas supported by working people from one end of this country to the other. We showed that the American people want a bold, progressive agenda that takes on the billionaire class, that fights for racial, social, economic, and environmental justice, and that will create a government that represents all Americans and not just a handful of wealthy campaign contributors. We won 13 million votes across this country, and more importantly, in virtually every state that we competed, we won by a considerable margin, the young people of this country. We won the votes from young people who are white, who are black, who are Latino, who are Asian American, who are Native American. Young people, by definition, are the future of America. We have set the agenda for the future of America. We won 23 Democratic primary and caucus contests. We won over 1,800 pledged delegates. Welcome to Philadelphia. And by the way, while it is true, we did not get many superdelegates. We won 46% of the pledged delegates. Our campaign put together hundreds of thousands of volunteers across the country, people who are out knocking on doors, making phone calls, making the contacts that a progressive movement has to make. And we showed in a way that will change politics in our country forever that you can run a competitive national campaign without begging billionaires for campaign contributions. All of us are proud that we are the only campaign not to have a super PAC. In an unprecedented way, we received 8 million individual campaign contributions, averaging $27. We focused on issues the establishment has pushed under the rug for too long. Our people participated in writing the platform in meetings held in St. Louis a few weeks ago and in Orlando last week, and I want to thank them for their great work. Despite the fact that our people were a minority on the platform writing committee, we came out of that committee with, by far, the most progressive platform ever written in the history of the Democratic Party. Just the other day, the Democratic Rules Committee met, and once again, we won a major victory in transforming the Democratic Party. In the next presidential election, instead of having 715 superdelegates, there will be 250. A 60% decline. There will also be commissions working to end closed primaries and bring about other needed reforms. As I think all of you know, Debbie Wasserman Schultz resigned yesterday as chair of the DNC. Her resignation opens up the possibility of new leadership at the top of the Democratic Party that will stand with working people, and that will open the doors of the party to those people who want real change. In addition, as a result of our political successes in a number of states, there are now at least 5 chairs of state Democratic parties who were elected as part of the political revolution. This is just some of what we have accomplished. The question now is, where do we go from here? How do we build on our successes? How do we continue the political revolution? Number one, in my view, and this is not easy stuff given the nature of corporate media in America, but number one, we have got to be strong and consistent in making it clear that what we want to achieve is nothing less than the transformation of American society. That means ending the 40-year decline of the American middle class and creating an economy that works for all of us, not just the 1%. That means ending the immoral and grotesque level of income and wealth inequality in this country today. It is wrong, it is not sustainable when the top 1/10 of 1% owns as much wealth as the bottom 90%. We will change that. In the midst of massive income and wealth inequality, yes, the wealthy and large corporations will start paying their fair share of taxes. When millions of our brothers and sisters here in Philadelphia and Vermont and all over this country are working for starvation wages, yes, we will raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Whether it is Flint, Michigan, or hundreds of other communities around this country, we will rebuild our crumbling infrastructure and create millions of decent-paying jobs. Yes, we will end our disastrous trade policies, including the TPP. And starting today, we are going to do everything we can to make sure that TPP does not come to the floor of Congress during the lame duck session. We will proudly continue the fight for a single-payer Medicare for all healthcare system. Healthcare is a right for all people. We understand what Donald Trump does not understand. Climate change is real, and it is already doing devastating harm to this planet. Yes, we are going to transform our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy. Yes, we are going to reform a broken criminal justice system. We want our young people at decent jobs or in school, not rotting in jail cells. And yes, we are going to achieve comprehensive immigration reform and a path towards citizenship. Those are some of the ideas that we must continue to fight for every single day. Secondly, immediately, right now, we have got to defeat Donald Trump. And we have got to elect Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine. Brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, this is the real world that we live in. Trump is a bully and a demagogue. Trump has made bigotry and hatred the cornerstone of his campaign. Throughout this campaign, he has insulted Mexicans and Latinos. He has insulted Muslims. He has insulted women and African Americans. Thank you. Trump does not respect the Constitution of the United States or civil liberties. That is not just my opinion. That is what many conservative Republicans believe. Trump is a danger for the future of our country and must be defeated. And I intend to do everything I can to see that he is defeated. Further, it seems to me that if we are going to turn this country around and defeat right-wing extremism, we need to build a movement that is prepared to fight at every level of government, from the school board to the city councils to county commissioners to the United States Senate. My hope is that our revolution will be supporting at least 100 candidates all across this country. And by the way, as all of you know, real politics is not necessarily sexy. Knocking on doors, talking to people, handing out leaflets, sending out emails. But that is what we need to do. This campaign, for me personally, has obviously been an extraordinary and unbelievable experience. And what has made it so extraordinary is that, coming from a small state, I have had the opportunity to visit 46 states throughout this country, and many of you personally. And what I want to say, and I want everybody to appreciate this, there are extraordinarily wonderful and beautiful people all over this country. I have met people in every state, young people, working people, old people, people from every race and every religion, who have hope in their eyes and are prepared to come together to transform our country. This campaign has been a fantastic beginning, and from today onward, we continue the fight. Thank you all very much.
This is Josh at the Bernie Sanders event we just wrapped. This is Josh at the Convention Center in Philadelphia. Okay. What's your name again?
Jennifer Marecki.
Jennifer, Josh.
Yes.
And what's your name?
Andy Boyd.
Jennifer and Andy. Where are you guys from?
Montana.
Awesome. We're live here at the Convention Center. Bernie Sanders just addressed his supporters. Of course, Hillary Clinton is the nominee of the Democratic Party, but it sure did not feel that way in here, inside this room. You guys are two supporters from Montana. Tell us why you came to this convention and what you thought about Senator Sanders' remarks there.
I came because I believed in Bernie's message, the independent spirit, his progressive movement, and I came to continue that movement.
There's a real feeling here that, hey, our candidate didn't lose. This is our convention. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, he might not win the nomination, but we have begun a progressive revolution in this country, and we are looking to transform our political process, and we are looking to have fundamental change to the Democratic Party. So I think we're well on our way to that.
So this event was more, you would say, a call to action than any sort of goodbye or recognition that Bernie Sanders will not be speaking on Thursday night.
Oh, absolutely. This is a call to action. This is a call to action to all of his delegates to continue the political revolution that Bernie has so bravely begun for us.
And you guys are two delegates from Montana. And Andrew, I want to ask you, there was a moment there where Bernie Sanders said, we need to do everything we can to elect Hillary Clinton, to elect Tim Kaine, and there were loud boos inside this room. Did you boo, and how do you feel about that?
I think we do need to do our best to defeat Donald Trump. Like Bernie said, he's a demagogue, he is racist, and he's a bigot, and we really need to do our best to make sure he's not elected.
I felt that it actually was inspiring, and we will continue to fight the good fight, and we go into the convention and we'll reach for every progressive platform and plank that we can possibly get a hold of.
But when Tim Kaine and Hillary Clinton take the stage, Tim Kaine Wednesday, Hillary Clinton Thursday, do you think that Bernie supporters will boo them like they did here in this room?
You know, it's really hard to say. I'm only one individual.
Will you?
You know what? I will be very professional.
And that means?
That I will be professional.
We are looking to represent the state of Montana with integrity, and we will not, we will represent Montana with integrity. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie Sanders clearly tried to kind of calm nerves and feelings at that moment, saying, brothers and sisters, you know, this is the real world that we live in. Donald Trump is the nominee. It seems like the senator's been putting so much focus on Donald Trump as a way to motivate his supporters, his delegates, just of the situation that the country finds itself in.
That is true. I mean, he does want to rally the spirit and the power that he has created throughout this country to make the best America that we can make. So with him saying those words, absolutely true. Donald Trump does not need to be elected, and that's as simple as it can be.
I agree. Donald Trump does not need to be elected. He would take our country back 40 years. And I believe if we stick with progressive candidates in our country, that we can move our country forward.
Well, I want to thank you guys so much for talking to us live on ABC Digital. Enjoy the rest of the convention.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll give you my card in a second. Yeah. We're going to just go out to a wide shot right now and show the scene. Now I'm going to bring in ABC's Mary Alice Parks, who's been covering the Sanders campaign from the beginning. We're just going to chat a little bit about the message that Senator Sanders had for his delegates here. We are at the Philadelphia Convention Center, which is right next to many of the hotels that these delegates are staying at. And Mary Alice, just come and step in here with me, and I'll get you right here. And Mary Alice, I have to ask you, when it comes to Senator Sanders, he's pretty on message. You kind of have an idea of what he's going to say. What surprised you about these specific remarks?
I think that the senator understands there are now essentially three distinct groups of people here at the convention. There is the Hillary campaign and her delegates. There's the Sanders campaign. And there are Sanders delegates who are not exactly ready to get on board with some of the endorsements that we've seen the senator make, with the rhetoric that he is using about supporting the Democratic nominee. So it was very clear the senator understood the crowd that he was going to be speaking to. He waited a long time to bring up Hillary Clinton, as you mentioned. I think because he understands that there's still a lot of raw emotions here and that his people aren't exactly ready to back her, even if he is.
But he calmed their nerves a little bit, saying, brothers and sisters, this is the world that we live in right now. We are running against Donald Trump. Do you think that's going to work? I mean, it seems like if they're booing Tim Kaine and Hillary Clinton that much here, what's the scene going to be like on Wednesday and Thursday?
I think we can expect a lot of floor action later this week, especially around Tim Kaine. I think, a lot of these folks have had a few weeks now to really go through their own internal sort of process, coming to terms with the fact that Hillary Clinton will be the nominee. But Tim Kaine is a new development, and he's one that a lot of the progressives felt were really sort of a snub to them, and a snub to all the effort that they put into this campaign and how far to the left they had managed to pull Hillary Clinton. So I think we're still going to see a lot of protesting about Tim Kaine. We know that some people even really want to formally announce and put into formal sort of nomination process another candidate. They don't exactly have the numbers and the name yet, but they're working on it. So I think we're going to see a lot of action around Tim Kaine, and if this room was any indication, still a lot of action around Hillary Clinton herself.
There's not this feeling that Hillary Clinton's the nominee or that this fight is in any way over.
There is a feeling of upset still. And the WikiLeaks documents didn't do anyone any favors. When you have people that were told that now is the time to understand that they lost, having a sense that they didn't lose fair and square. Now in black and white we have sort of what looks like evidence that the DNC was helping one party or one candidate or the other. That really touched a nerve with folks here, and it's going to take a long time to heal those wounds.
Well, I want to thank ABC's Mary Alice Parks for joining us and for her insight. Of course, Bernie Sanders speaking tonight along with Elizabeth Warren and Michelle Obama. This is the first night of the convention. I want to bring in a few more supporters, get their reaction to what happened. Would you speak to us on ABC Digital about what it was like to hear the senator here, and are you a delegate?
I am. I'm a delegate from California, from LA County. I'm a student. I'm an immigrant. I just became a citizen 2 months ago, and to me my vote really matters. And to me it really matters the people that elected me to be a Bernie delegate. And I understand that there are rules that the candidates must abide by, but as far as ourselves, we must represent our communities back home, our people like myself who don't really have a voice here. You know, there's not a lot of young Latinas like myself out here, so I do think that we need Bernie, and my vote still goes for Bernie.
So your vote still goes to Bernie, but we have an election a little over 3 months away. We have the nominee of the Democratic Party, Hillary Clinton, speaking on Thursday night. How will you react to her taking the stage? Are you interested to hear what she has to say?
I guess it's interesting, but I frankly, myself and a large population in the United States feel that she is untrustworthy, and her actions speak louder than words, and so did Bernie's, and he's really awoken people like myself, and the revolution does continue, and I'm really excited to be here with fellow like-minded people who want to fight against the TPP, against fracking, things that Hillary has still not adopted to her platform, that we're still fighting for. You know, she's been asked a million times, and although she's adopted some of Bernie's platform, it's almost similar. It doesn't necessarily mean that if and where she were to be crowned, that she will actually abide by that, when she has a tendency of not following by her words.
Hillary Clinton does say, though, that she's against the TPP, and of course the agenda here at this convention is, as Bernie Sanders and his campaign have put out, they've called it the most progressive agenda in history. It seems like your problem, though, is you don't totally trust what the presumptive nominee Hillary Clinton says. Would that be correct?
Right. I don't think it's progressive enough. I wish her actions in the past years would have been fighting for people like myself, people helping out the environment, and frankly, I've seen her donations, where they come from. It doesn't necessarily reflect the 99%, like we burners like to call it.
Can you tell us your name?
Noemi Tungui.
And I guess my last question for you is, as we look ahead, will you vote for Hillary Clinton in November?
I can't, with my heart, conscience, and with all the information I know, vote for someone who doesn't represent me. Like I said, I just became a citizen, and to me, my vote is really important. It's your voice. You know, we're not completely living in a democracy right now, and so when November comes around, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll say that this is the first day of the Democratic National Convention, and things are going to get interesting.
So it doesn't seem like you know who you'll vote for or vote at all.
No, I guess we'll just see what happens in these next 4 days, because we are putting up a fight. We definitely...
So you are open to hearing what Secretary Clinton says Thursday night, and you are open to the possibility of voting for her in November, or you're still kind of undecided?
No, I've decided that I won't vote for her. I won't vote for Trump because, I've lived through racism myself, and I cannot vote for someone like him.
So you won't vote in November?
Well, things are really interesting this year, so I don't know, maybe we'll see a third party emerge. There's like records being broken this year, so who knows? Anything can happen.
So you're keeping your options open?
Definitely.
Well, we appreciate you talking to us on ABC Digital. So nice to meet you. I want to thank the Sanders supporters for taking the time after this event to talk to ABC Digital. We carried that speech live, and as you've heard Mary Alice's reporting throughout the day, that there may be some action on the floor tonight. We've heard different rumors of things that different groups are planning. In addition, a lot of people here do not like Tim Kaine. They do not feel that Tim Kaine was a progressive enough choice for Hillary Clinton. So tonight, night one of the DNC should be very interesting. Stay with ABC Digital for continuing coverage. I'm ABC's Josh Haskell live in Philadelphia.